Hi guys, Crystal Grace here and welcome back to another pick a card reading. This one is all about what's the current gossip on you. We have 4 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3 and pile number 4. So take a moment to connect with the wording. I might zoom in a bit more. Maybe the imagery here. We don't have any numbers other than 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just a quick disclaimer, not all messages will correlate. We will do an energy check-in at the beginning of each pile, so we'll pull Astro cards initials. It is within that energy I want you to decipher whether or not you should continue with the pile or simply just opt out and accept that the reading is not for you today. Another quick point to make as well, I read cards intuitively. I sometimes might connect with old terminologies I was trained with. Other than that, I sort of draw upon the imagery of the cards, so to speak. So with that said, let's jump into pile number 1. Alrighty, so pile 1, welcome to your reading. So higher learning and spiritual inquiries. My ancestors walk beside me. I am loved and supported. So this is a really nice, sweet energy, guys. So I'm hoping that's exactly how you're feeling at the time. You know, the vibe I'm getting, I feel like you guys are well known to being very connected to the spirit realm, or maybe you're really well known to those around you to have a higher like a higher commitment to spirit or higher commitment to the universe. Maybe you have a really strong connection with your grandparents as well. There is an affiliation here with animals, so people may sort of talk about you being somebody affiliated with animals here. All right, so sorry, I was a little bit distracted. People may gossip that you are easily distracted. You could be in a midway conversation and then like you sort of check out, because that's literally what I just did to you. So my apologies. So let's pull some astro signs. Show me astrology signs for pile number 1. We have 4th house. We have 2nd house. We have Mercury. We have 5th house. So we have Leo, Cancerian. 2nd house. So we have Aries is 1st house. What's 2nd house? Why am I Taurus? And then Gemini and Virgo energy here. Okay. So we have CX, SXX. So X rated. XXX. Maybe there's some gossip around your exes right now. So we have CXYS XXX. J and R. We have the number 2. We have Q. We have K. H. We have Z. We have an F. We have an N. We have a G. We have an angel feather. So you are very connected to the spirit realm here. We have an R and a G, a 6 or a 9. So that angel feather coming out, I feel like a lot of people gossip about your spirituality. I actually feel like people gossip about how spiritually protected you are. I think people see it. Like, I feel like they see it, they feel it, they hear it. You know, even if these people are also intuitively connected, spiritually connected, it's like their angels tell them that you are heavily protected. Maybe not to mess with you, maybe to leave you alone, maybe to trust, like, you know, your guidance. You know, trust that you do have a higher level of wisdom here. Maybe some of you, people gossip about your love for graveyards is coming through, or maybe like your love for the dead. Maybe some of you play with Ouija boards and people gossip about that. Show me what people gossip about when it comes to pile number 1. I'm loving this, guys. So we have card numbers 21, 44, 1, 30, and 4 here. We do have some really positive energy here, or positive gossip. You may be like surrounded. I'm seeing green with envy here. Like, I know green is connected to the heart chakra, but I feel like who you are makes a lot of people envious as well. So, you know, although people may gossip positively about you, I feel like some people may be gossiping about you quite negatively because they're green with envy is coming through. So first up, we have strategy, right? So I feel like what people are talking about with this energy is people are talking about you're very strategic, you're very you think out plans, or you think out actions before taking action, or before unraveling like your decisions. I feel like others of you, people gossip that you are very strategic and therefore could be seen in the light of a manipulator as well here. People may gossip that you are really big on journaling, or maybe they have seen a journal you have written about others. I don't know, like, you know, to be quite strategic, some people may gossip about you being very vindictive here. And again, this can stem from, you know, green with envy, like jealousy as well. I feel like the women holding a heart, a lot of people gossip about you maybe giving your heart away too quickly. Maybe you are very loving and also very giving, which it can be a default as opposed to a positive thing here. You may easily trust people, or at least this is what some people may gossip about you with here. You know, some of you may wear like arm jewelry, like bicep jewelry. People may actually gossip about your beauty, about your unique beauty. They may even gossip that you are quite sad when it comes to thinking about the love offers you've had, or the love experiences you've had as well, is what I'm picking up from this card. You may even find, for some of you, if you have been quite promiscuous, people may gossip about your romantic life, your sexual life. Maybe they want to know about your sex life, so they try and source that information through different partners you may have had. I feel like with the Sun card, people very much gossip about your life being quite joyous here as well. So this is obviously contradicting that energy. But I feel like because you are very strategic, maybe you're very strategic with who you give your heart to as well, which naturally people gossip in the fact that that brings you a lot of joy. You know, you're a person who's bathing in their own energy here. So I would say with that Sun card, people gossip that you're a very happy person. You're a very genuine person. You focus on the more positive things in life as opposed to the negative. You accept things for what they are and you just sort of move on from it. The garden and the gate, I feel like people gossip about your love for nature here. Maybe you have some kind of connection with some garden or flowers. People gossip about, yeah, maybe your love for nature and being surrounded by animals, and maybe some of you live in the hills here. And then the happy family, like I feel like people gossip about your family. So whether or not, whatever that may look for you, people are currently talking about how your family is quite happy. You know, how you seem to have a well, close knit family. And that may not sound normal for some of you. You may be like, no, my family is so toxic, but that is the vibe for somebody who's watching this reading. Alrighty, so we're going to go to the tarot. So we have the Magician, we have the Crone of Wands, we have Two of Cups, with the Six of Swords, and the Page of Wands, with the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the card. So the Three of Pentacles sort of indicates to me people are gossiping, like who this energy is probably work related. Alright, so yeah, as I was saying with the Three of Pentacles, I would have to say this is kind of like workplace gossip, because Three of Pentacles does correlate with the work, team environment, collaborative, guru. So if you're not really keen on finding out what the gossip is on you at work, then I would probably say pick a different pile. But yeah, I definitely feel like the overall energy here of what people could be gaslighting you with, oh, that's weird, is like, it's kind of like maybe people are overall sort of talking about your creative hobbies. Maybe some of you are newly single, so maybe people are talking about the potential for other suitors for you, okay, the overall energy. So if you work in a place where there's lots of suitors, I feel like people are gossiping about who you should be with and like who you should marry, because the Three of Pentacles is a marriage card as well for me. If you look at the Rider-Waite, it does look like two people getting married and signing a contract. But I feel like the follow-on from this is, although there are new potential love suitors around you and there is gossip surrounding that heavily, I feel like people are also following through with that, but you lack commitment to be with somebody long-term. It could also be the fact that you're not learning from past errors that affect your current love life, which creates new conflicts with new partners as well. People could also be gossiping generally about you having lack of motivation when it comes to wanting to find a suitor, like especially if some of you have become newly single. I feel like people are gossiping at the fact that you do not want to be in a relationship. That's sort of the overall energy from your work people, I would say. So when we think about the Magician in regards to gossip, right, people could be gossiping about, your very intellectual skill set. They could be talking about your willpower as well. So if any of you have recently given up on any kind of addictions, people are talking about that. People could really be talking about your manifestation abilities, which I do feel like we're picking up on that a little bit with the Oracle cards. But that strategy card and the Magician energy is very similar. Like people may think that you are very strategic in the decisions you make, which can make you seem very manipulative. They may even gossip that you're very cunning. Exes, because we did have a lot of exes come out. Like exes may gossip in the fact that you wasted their time here. They may be boasting that they've, got a lot to offer in a relationship and you wasted their time. Exes may gossip about you being very deceptive and very greedy, I don't know, you kind of left them by the wayside. So maybe, I don't know if you've got exes at work, that might resonate for some of you. People could be gossiping about your new opportunities that are coming your way regarding finances. So if you've sort of let on that you're doing anything financially to improve your well-being, to improve your capital, people are gossiping about this. Or people could, on the flip side of that, talking about missed financial opportunities. So like you not using the skills that you have to enhance the quality of your life. Like you could be wasting your time and your energy in other areas of your life when you should be focusing them on your finances. Some people could be talking about that. But yeah, like obviously we always like to know what people are gossiping about when it comes to our love life. For some of you, it could be the fact that if you are already in a relationship, which I don't really feel like this pile is, people could be gossiping about how you're already in a relationship and you may be moving to a new one, or to a new deeper level. So you could be going to level up the relationship to engagement or to marriage. But I kind of feel like some of you people are gossiping that you're checked out of your current relationship if you are in a relationship, because I can't help to think that energy coming through Three of Pentacles, you have a lot of romantic suitors around you who must want to sought after your attention here, is sort of the vibe I'm picking up. Some of you, you know, with the Magician here, people could be talking about how cynical you are about love at this time. And like how maybe you're all more about love will find you. Like, you know, pile one shouldn't give up faith. Like maybe you've just come out of a really bad breakup. People are talking about that and how like you have definitely put up like a man or a woman hate sort of vibe, that you're very not interested in a relationship at this time. It's funny that we have the Crone of Wands here, which is the King of Wands, okay? So people could be talking about some daring decision that you've recently made. You know, whether or not they're talking about like or gossiping about that you have very high expectations when it comes to your romantic suitors, because we do have the Two of Cups here. If you are involved with anyone, they could actually be talking about this person, because the Crone of Wands or the King of Wands is somebody deemed who is like in a relationship, married, long term. So naturally they could be just talking about, and it being wedged between the Magician and the Two of Cups, your manipulative partner, because when we think about the Magician, they're very manipulative. Maybe people are gossiping about this King of Wands tricking you into a relationship and mistreating you as well here. And if they are deeming you as the King of Wands, they'd be gossiping about how like charismatic you are and what a passionate lover you are. So there could be somebody in the workplace who has, you know, found out that you actually are a good partner, like you make space for a lot of space for your lovers, and you're more of a giver in the relationship than the taker. And you know, for others of you, like the downfall of a King of Wands and people may be gossiping about you, they could be seeing you as saying that you are quite arrogant, you know, a very forceful lover, even a womanizer if you're a man watching this. But again, like, you know, the downfall of a King of Wands in the love, like in a love essence, they could also be gossiping about like you are either in an abusive relationship or you've left an abusive relationship. Like if the King of Wands is representing somebody you are engaged in a romantic relationship with, there could be gossip around this person putting you in an abusive relationship, okay? So that's sort of what I'm picking up with the King of Wands. Now, the Two of Cups, again, I feel like there is a strong energy around you with people wanting to offer you some kind of romantic invitation. You know, there could be someone close in this workspace that has had their eye on you guys for a while, and now that this relationship is on the way out with this King of Wands, or maybe it is already outed, maybe it's already over, sorry. So I kind of feel like with this Two of Cups energy, there's gossip around somebody wanting to join unions with you or join forces, so to speak. I feel like there's somebody who's very successful in business around you, who's very financially secure. And I feel like there are a lot of helpful colleagues around this person trying to bring them into union with you with this Two of Cups, pile one. I definitely feel like at first you may think that there is an incompatibility with this person. But yeah, I definitely feel like there is a collaborative team working behind the scenes to get you and this other person at work into some kind of partnership here. They see a blossoming romance. There's a lot of attraction from this person to you. I feel like there's gossip surrounding this relationship being very beneficial relationship for both of you, and maybe the both of you are potentially soulmates, or this person who wants to partner up with you sees you as a soulmate. So if that sounds like very fabricated and like some kind of Walt Disney story, then I feel like for others of you, if you are in this relationship, people could be talking about it being incompatible, or people could be talking about a newfound relationship with the King of Wands. But the King of Wands is already taken. So I kind of feel like this is a domino effect, a flow-on effect, or attachment energy, or information off the Magician and the King of Wands. You being in a relationship with somebody who's very codependent, has very cold behavior towards you. There's an unbalance in the power dynamics in this relationship, and because of that, it's created conflict with maybe colleagues as well. Like maybe you've come into work very upset, you've taken it out on your colleagues, so there could be some gossip around that. Either way, there's a disharmony with this individual if you are already romantically connected to somebody, or at least this is the gossip surrounding that. I feel like with the Six of Swords, this is sort of talking about people, acknowledging that you need to remove yourself away from this person or this relationship. You need to find somebody who's going to allow you to tap into your creative outlet. So maybe this individual, this King of Wands, became very controlling and obsessive and didn't allow you to tap into your creative energy here with the Page of Wands. So people with this Six of Swords energy, there could be gossip surrounding you, that you are moving on to brighter future. Maybe you're moving on from a very toxic environment or a toxic relationship and focusing on your healing. Others of you, people could be gossiping in the fact that you are going to reconcile your conflicts with this King of Wands. And you are very stuck on them. You're unable to move as well. There is this sense of hauntedness around the Six of Swords as well, like you're being held back by your past insecurities. So maybe you won't be so forthcoming to this new suitor wanting to come towards you. At least this is what people are talking about. Like they're speculating that you may feel stuck in the past because you're fresh out of a relationship. Yeah. I don't know, I kind of like these work people. I think they're really sitting around having a full D&M about your love life because they care about you. I don't feel like this is malicious gossip. I feel like these people want the best for you. So these are obviously people who may see you as like a daughter or a son and want the best for you. They want you to be happy. Either way, with the Six of Swords, I definitely feel like people are gossiping about you, maybe distancing yourself from a relationship that no longer serves you, maybe accepting a lesson for what it is, or that experience for what it is. And then the Page of Wands is very sweet energy, I feel, if people are gossiping about you. Because basically with this energy, it sort of tells me a couple of different things. I don't know, I just think these people find you quite sweet and innocent, pile number one, and I feel like they want to see you happy. Like I think they what they could be gossiping, right? Because we think about the Six of Swords to the Page of Wands, it's like, they could be gossiping in the fact that you need to move, like leave the drama behind and move towards like a new adventure in love, whether or not it's a short-term fleeting romance. But you need to find somebody where you share hobbies together. I feel like these people are talking about. So maybe this King of Wands person, you had no common interests, right? And when people don't have common hobbies that they can go off and do together, it can lead to like a setback in the relationship. Again, Page of Wands could also be following through more gossip surrounding an unreliable partner you are exposed to. Maybe it's you are the unreliable partner as well. Maybe people are gossiping in the fact that you lack commitment because you get bored really easily, also in love here. So this could be a conversation happening with this Two of Cups energy coming through. But I feel like people are very much invested at this time in your love life, or at least this is how it looks in the workspace. But I'm going to leave it there. I really hope you enjoyed that message. I will see you next time. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose a subtle change brings profound transformation. My body, mind, and soul resonate with well-being. I don't know, maybe you guys are really invested in self-development, self-love, self-growth at this time. Maybe like, you know, I'm seeing the death card. So with the transformation, maybe you guys have gone through a recent body transformation. You are transforming. Maybe you want to do some body transformation. So let's pull some astro signs. The 9th house. So that is Sagittarius energy. We have Taurus. Yeah, like intermittent fasting is coming through. So maybe you're really doing like calorie deficit or something like that. I wish I had that willpower because I just love food. We have the moon, so we have Cancerian energy. We have Gemini. We also have the 8th house on the bottom of the deck, which is Scorpio energy. That is very lopsided. Okay, we have some Australian quartz. We have the number 3, 3, 3. We have number 9 or 6. We have a V. We have a K. We have the number 5. We have an F. We have a 9 or a 6. We have another 3. We have a 7. We've got a lot of numbers. So maybe you guys have got a lot of numerical synchronicities at this time. We have a flying horse. We have a mermaid. We have another 9 or 6. We have a T. We have an O. We have a D. We have a 4. We have another O. We have an A. We have an X. We have a 1. We have an F. We have an R, we have another 5, we have another 5, we have an M, we have number 1, and we have a Q. I'm being told for this pile, we have an apple and a dragonfly. The initials here are the people gossiping about you, okay? Maybe those sign placements there are the people gossiping about you as well. Okay, so why are people gossiping about pile to door to value? Nice. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Journey. A man holding a heart. Okay. Very nice. I feel like there's a lot of envious energy around you. So with the door to value, I feel like when people talk about you, like, or you come up in conversation, I think people talk a lot about your values, and you bring a lot of value to your connections, whether or not it is financial here, because there's a lot of money flying around, but I kind of feel like you're a very generous person. Okay, we also have the number 4 that equates from the 31. So you have very healthy foundations. You may come from a really good family, or at least people gossip about this. They assume this. There's a lot of speculation when we think about gossip. But yeah, this door to value, I feel like people very much gossip about you in a very positive light here. And even with the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael coming out, you know, this is the heart chakra. So people talk about how loving and giving you are. You could be somebody who likes to travel a lot, or who's gone on a lot of adventures, a lot of travel. You could be a person who people talk about you have a lot of options in life, especially when it comes to lovers or suitors as well, with the man holding a heart. I feel like for a lot of you who have picked this pile, maybe it's a lot of men who have picked this pile. Doesn't have to be, but that's the kind of vibe here. I think people gossip about that you're a very loving and giving person here. And if you are a female, then people could be, and you know, men are your forte, or your preference here for sexual partners. They could be sort of gossiping about you waiting patiently for the right man as well, is what I'm picking up here with a man holding a heart. The angel of strength, obviously it's strong Leo energy here, and I feel like people may talk about or gossip that you're a very courageous person, maybe when it comes to love. Maybe you pick men that aren't, or women who aren't deemed to be the best suitor for you. They may even gossip that you have tamed a lot of beast here as well. Some of you could be around the 45-50 years of age mark, but I just kind of feel like with that angel of strength, people see you as somebody who's very strong physically, emotionally, and mentally. So you're probably highly intelligent here, and that would lead back to that daughter value. I think you guys who have picked this pile, I think a lot of people look up to you, whether or not you see that or you feel that, but that's sort of the vibe I'm getting here. Okay. So let's find out what the gossip is with the tarot. So what are people currently gossiping about when pile 2 comes up? 10 of Swords. Ouch. 8 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. Wow, 5 of Swords. Guys, what's going on here? And the Lovers, Jesus. And at the bottom of the deck, we have a King of Cups, actually. The Crone is the King. So the overall energy of the vibe, so this energy is very different to the Oracle energy. I feel like the Crone of Cups, King of Cups, and please let me know down in the comments, it could be this person is gossiping about you for ending a relationship with them, or it's the other way around, why they've had to end a relationship with you. Either way, there is a lot of gossip surrounding an ending to a relationship here, okay? So if you have not recently come out of a relationship, one that ended pretty badly here, like this is not great energy. Like with the Lovers here, people are gossiping. This person specifically, I feel like, is gossiping you. Somebody you chose not to invest any more time or energy in. I feel like that is who is gossiping about you right now. People, if it's not one person gossiping about you, it's somebody who maybe loves this person who's gossiping about you. So people are gossiping about an ending that's recently happened with you, and maybe you were stuck in your head here with the 8 of Swords, and that is why you've chosen to leave this person out in the cold, create conflict to move on, because you are choosing yourself here. This Lovers card for me is not about two lovers coming together. For me, I connect with this Lovers card that you are choosing you over somebody else. There is something to do with your sexuality here people are gossiping about. So whether or not it is you don't want to be with this person because of your own sexuality, or maybe you've changed your sexuality. Either way, there is a lot of gossip surrounding an ending. Somebody you've left out in the cold, somebody you've created conflict with, and somebody you've totally chosen yourself over instead of choosing this King of Cups possibly. Now, if that's not sort of correlating with your situation, I would say, like with the King of Cups, the overall energy, people could be talking about you being so emotionally balanced and very diplomatic that you are seeking or looking for like a romance with somebody who is like a very compassionate partner, very calm in nature, somebody who's going to offer you a lot of emotional fulfillment here. I feel like that is only going to like resonate with a lot of you. People could really be gossiping about in a negative light with the King of Cups. Maybe that if you are a boss, maybe you do have some people around you calling you a horrible boss, or a horrible colleague. You know, you're making bad financial choices in the workplace. That's just a side note for somebody. But I don't know, like the King of Cups here, I'm looking at the imagery here. I feel like people are gossiping. I don't know, they're gossiping about somebody you've ended a relationship with. So I'm going to sort of stick with that theme because that is what I'm seeing here. If that doesn't resonate, I'm sorry, and you'll just have to find another pile or just accept there's no reading for you in this video today. So yeah, the Ten of Swords would indicate like the following on: the ending of this relationship has either brought you a lot of sadness and grief, or it's brought the other person you've ended a lot of sadness and grief. Like, I don't know, I kind of feel like he's the mother of this person venting to her friends and family. You know, people are talking about this ending. Like maybe somebody ended things with you abruptly, you know, like maybe somebody's left you out in the cold as well. Maybe it's not you, you know, you've done this to somebody, somebody's done this to you. So somebody, or like people are gossiping about a failed relationship here. It was sort of like a dead end, like you've hit a dead end road. You may have really tried to persevere and salvage this relationship. But I kind of feel like a lot of you, it wasn't that. It was like this person put you in a very restricted, powerless situation. You know, with the Eight of Swords here, people could be gossiping about how like this person tried to isolate you, because the King of Cups, in a very low vibrational energy, this is somebody who's very controlling, very emotionally manipulative, somebody who's also really selfish, right? So that is why this relationship has come to an end. You know, and like the like flip side of that Ten of Swords, people are sort of gossiping that you will find peace, you will find somebody. You know, you just sort of need to learn the lesson that you needed to from this person, or vice versa, this person needed to learn the lesson from you with that Eight of Swords, right? You know, they could be talking about this King of Swords being very suffocating or smothering you, or you were doing that to somebody, okay? Either way, yeah, like you or this person is represented as the King of Cups here. The Five of Pentacles tells me that people are gossiping about, again, some kind of like loss here. They could be talking about that you have depression and that is why this relationship ended, or this person had depression and that is why this relationship ended. They could be talking about or gossiping about there was bad communication between the two of you, which created a lot of struggles within the relationship as well. They could also be gossiping about external factors affecting the love life. And although you and this person tried to pull together to save the relationship, you weren't able to overcome struggles here to improve it. I feel like if this is your ex gossiping, they could be saying how like, you know, they took a chance on love with you, like, but you're so insecure, like there is some kind of isolation here. You may have made them feel really isolated in the relationship. You know, and for some of you, they could even be talking about how like it was a financial loss for them, this breakup as well. So be mindful. Some people do like set their eyes on certain people because there is financial gain from that. So this person could be sort of saying that as a side note. You know, you had like future plans to build capital, build like, you know, a life together, and you ending this relationship has totally stripped them of that. Five of Swords, you know, again, this is a card that talks about like people gossiping in the fact of all the arguments you've had, the bullying, maybe the hostility and the stress that this relationship or this situation has put both on you or just them. I feel like this person is playing the martyr. If this is an ex behaving like this and spinning BS about the breaker, it's because they're trying to protect their own image here. I definitely feel like there is some gossip surrounding like some level of intimidation here, and I feel like that's on the back end of if this is an ex gossiping about you, I feel like if there's further gossip happening, the Five of Swords is really tapping into that, in the sense that there's further gossip happening in regards to maybe you both bullying each other, or you're both intimidating each other, or this person was intimidating you and bullying you, which created you or put you in that state of depression with the Five of Pentacles, right? And this is why, like, you've chosen yourself here with the Lovers, or this is why your ex has chosen them. So take it as it resonates, because I know it's a little bit flipped energy, because either way there's been a breakup here, but I don't know who broke up with who. So if you do feel comfortable to let me know down in the comments, or let us know, I would really appreciate that, because I do love hearing from you guys. Just be mindful with that Five of Swords. There could be gossip surrounding a level of revenge towards you. So just be, you know, I don't want to plant seeds of anxiety or anything like that. But also be mindful, there could be gossip surrounding some level of infidelity here, or deception that has gone on behind your back. So this person could have committed infidelity and you are not even aware of that. Yeah, I don't know. And like, as weird as it might sound, the Five of Swords can also talk about, like, gossip that you may get back together with this person, like this breakup isn't gonna last forever, which is really weird, because you may be open to having like a conversation to improve what has been sabotaged, which is a bit weird, because why would you do that? All right, that is all I have for you. Let me know down in the comments if this resonated. It was just a sort of quick energy check in. Sending much love and light to you. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. Those of you who chose this beautiful card, it looks very much like the Strength card, really, doesn't it? So courage makes the heart bloom. My brave and noble heart illuminates my being. So some of you could be Leos here. Some of you could have, I don't know, I feel like tamed a lot of wild beasts. You might have a cat. A very angry one. I'm also seeing the Sun card here, so I definitely feel like maybe a lot of you put your own happiness first. So let's pull some astro signs here. Show me who pile number 3 is. What are houses? Okay. So we have Gemini, we have the 5th house, which is Leo energy, so it did come out. With the 1st house, which is Aries, we have the 7th house, which is Libra. And then we have the 8th house, so Scorpio energy did want to show itself today. Okay. So we have M, we have a 5, we have an A, we have an 8, we have an 8, we have a T, we have an L, we have an M or a W, another M or a W, we have a C, we have a cat, we have a G, we have a 4, we have a B, we have a Y, we have a H, we have a D, we have an X, we have a Z, we have another 8. So maybe angel number 888 might be a value for somebody to check out. 2, 5, a J, and an N. Okay. What is the gossip on pile number 3? We're just going to pull some oracle cards before we tap into the tarot. People talk about when they talk about pile 3. So we have attachment, indecision, adjacent possibilities, the yin yang, And the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So we do have Walking Way on the bottom of the deck. So this is your crown chakra. I feel like with this pile, like when people you come up in conversation, there's a lot of mixed energy about you, and I feel like it's because people may not really know who you are. I feel like with the crown chakra coming out, a lot of you are highly intuitive, so you're probably very selective with who you associate yourself with, and you're probably very selective with the things that you talk about. I feel like you are very protective of your energy here. So whether or not people actually gossip about that, or that is just an energy check-in that you guys needed to have to confirm this is the pile for you, take that as it resonates. But I definitely feel like with the yin yang, people talk about how you are very much more in your masculine energy or your feminine energy. You're either one way or another. So that can look a little bit different to the viewers watching this. I feel like with the adjacent possibilities, people sort of talk about how unusual maybe your life has already been, or how unusual your life is already at this point in time. Like with this indecision, the adjacent possibilities, people are talking about maybe your confusion in regards to where you're heading in life. With the attachment here and the girl holding the mask, people may actually gossip the fact that you never really show your true self. Like I feel like because you do this with your energy, you sort of sit back and observe people as opposed to proactively engaging to learn about them. You probably rely heavily on your intuition. I feel like people misjudge you with this attachment card in the basis that they might think you to be somebody kind of fake or somebody who wears a mask. She's also chained to posts here, so they may actually see you as somebody who may even be really chained to things that don't serve them, chained to ideas that like aren't the greatest good. So especially if you're surrounded by people who are anti-spiritual, don't believe in that, don't understand that, people may sort of gossip in the fact that you're chained to a certain religion that doesn't allow you to really be anything else but that. I don't know really what that means, but hopefully somebody does. You know, the attachment also, it's like people could gossip that you hide this part of yourself, like you don't actually show your true self until you become attached to people, maybe until you get to know people here. But yeah, moving back to the indecision vibe, I feel like people talk about you being a very indecisive person. You never know really which way you're going. Maybe, suitors or relationship people you get into relationships may gossip at the fact that you never choose them. You always choose somebody else. You never choose the path that your lovers want to go on. You always want to do your own thing here. I'm also getting an upside down world here with the adjacent possibilities. So people may talk about how you live your life very differently to the masses. And that could be because you have very different belief system or different morals. And again, I feel like that comes back into whatever energy you're more in. So you could be more in your masculine energy. And then say if you're a woman, you're more in your masculine energy. So people may be really taken back by that. And if you're a dude, you could be more in your feminine energy. And again, people are taken back by that because they're not used to that or something like that. So that is what we've got from the oracles. So show me with the tarot, when people gossip about pile number 3, what do they gossip about? Indifference, I'm hearing. So we have temperance. Yeah, see, it's half, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like no one can lock you down. I feel like people talk about that. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, slow moving energy. We have the Moon. Yeah, here we go. You're very secretive, and that creates a lot of fears for people around you. We have the Tower. I feel like people may struggle to trust you because you don't show who you are, you don't show what you're thinking. So we have the Death card, yeah, and we have 5 of Wands here. So yeah, look, overall energy here with the 5 of Wands, I feel like some people may gossip about you being very competitive. You may just be very competitive with yourself, but that may shine or be seen by others looking at you, as opposed to being involved with you as somebody who's very competitive. They may even see you as somebody who, what's the best way of saying this? I don't know, I'm kind of even getting like 5 of Swords energy here. They may see you as somebody who isn't afraid to sort of fight back. You're not afraid of disagreements or confrontation with this 5 of Wands. People may sort of see you as somebody, or gossip about you as somebody who either walks towards conflict or you avoid it, okay? And again, this sort of comes back into that yin-yang energy. So I feel like with these tarot cards, it's sort of looking at them, each of them, what I'll have to do with this pile is looking at it from a high vibrational, and the high vibrational would be the feminine energy and the low vibrational would be the masculine energy. And it's not to say that masculine energy is low vibrational, but that's just what I'm guided to do here. So just take what resonates, don't be triggered. If you are triggered, just click off. But yeah, I feel like the 5 of Wands is definitely talking about the main theme of your gossip at this time is talking about conflicts in your life. So when I look at this Temperance card and thinking about the Indecision card, I feel like there's a lot of gossip surrounding, like if we think about your romantic life, you're a person who's never full in. Like you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So you might have a fight or flight tendency in relationships because maybe you have abandonment issues, or at least this is what people may talk about. Maybe you have dealt with a lot of suitors in your past with this 5 of Wands theme, where you had to compete for your lovers. So now you don't give your all. You keep very recluse. Even with that Moon energy, you take your time with the Knight of Pentacles. People talk about how slow moving you are in relationships. You don't want to rush too quickly. You don't want to show your true colors too soon. And with that Tower energy there, I feel like it's because, you know, people may make the assumption or speculation that you don't move quicker and you don't share who you are because with the Tower and the Death, people may have a tendency to have effed you over so much that relationships just end. So people could be gossiping in the fact that you don't fight for people romantically here. You don't compete for anyone's love, because at the end of the day, you know, things like nothing lasts forever is a song coming through my head. So people may see you as somebody not cynical when it comes to love, but somebody who's sort of fed up with the BS of online dating here, or the BS of trying to build a relationship with somebody when everyone else is trying to do the same with that person. These people seem very invested. Maybe they just sort of know you very well. So these could be friends energy coming through here. But yeah, the Temperance card in regards to talking about like specific gossip. You know, some of you have been talked about in regards to you having a very, you know, inner calmness, very well balanced individual. Like you have a very nice perspective on life. And then for others of you, people are gossiping about you being very, you know, like imbalance. You might have an emotional discord with yourself and those around you as well. They may even see you as somebody who's very impatient, maybe even reckless, and reckless with people's feelings and emotions here. I think with the Knight of Wands, people may be gossiping in regards to, for some of you, you know, you're being very hardworking, you're very committed, you're very routine based, and because of that, you are able to offer people certain securities in a relationship, you know, because you are so trustworthy. And then for others of you, it's like the opposite of that. Like you could be so focused on being a workaholic, you become very lazy in relationships, you become very boring, and you may even become very irresponsible, you know. So it's just sort of different energy here. Um, you know, I feel like with the Five of Wands, maybe the gossip energy coming through here is with the people you are currently having arguments with. So it could be siblings, it could be your parents, it could be your friends, it could be people from your past. Like it's people who you've had a physical argument with. That's the energy coming through here. So yeah, like I just think with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like the slowest moving energy though. I do feel like a lot of people would say about you or gossip about you, you don't rush into things. You keep your eye on the prize. So whatever you are focused on at the time, whatever you're trying to invest in or whatever, that is what you focus on. Everything else sort of gets left by the wayside. The Moon card, okay, again, this is a very secretive energy. So people may see you or gossip about you as somebody who doesn't want people to know the true self. They could gossip in the fact that you're very intuitive, and your intuition may lead to people gossiping that you're very deceptive, right? Because when people can't pick you and like pick your brain, identify who you are, especially narcissists, they will like gossip about you in a negative way so other people, you know, don't want to build a relationship with you. They release fear in others by putting you down, I feel. So there is that sort of element there with the moon, but I feel overall people definitely gossip about maybe you having feelings of uncertainty or insecurities when you go into relationships. And again, the moon talks about miscommunications coming up in connections, and that can affect somebody's like understanding of like self or the connection itself. I'm curious to know, like, are these friends gossiping about you? Yeah, either way, I just feel like with the moon card, people see you as somebody who is very secretive. There's hidden information you don't let on. You don't share enough with people for them to understand who you are. At least that's what people are talking about. Now, in regards to the Tower, right? I don't know if you are a very confrontational person. I would kind of feel with the Tower card, people may gossip in regards to how destructive you can be in your arguments. Okay, so people could be gossiping about how careless you are in regards to other people's feelings. They could even gossip in the fact that you create a lot of confusion in your arguments, so people get lost in regards to what is actually happening. So that's a very skillful trait, especially if you are trying to protect yourself from narcissistic people. People could also be gossiping in regards to you resisting change. And in order for you, when you do resist change, you create a lot of disaster along that path. And that's probably because you're trying to avoid tragedy. So if you are trying to resist change because you know something tragic is going to come of that with your intuitive nature, people wouldn't see it like that, pile 3. They just see it as you trying to delay the inevitable, and you're creating disastrous like situations for people because you don't want the change. So I think people have you very misunderstood. I feel like people don't know you because you don't let them, you don't allow people to get to know you, so they just make all these absurd assumptions about you. So then with like the Tower, we can think about breakups and separation and divorce. So there could be gossiping around a crumbling foundation that you have recently gone through, or maybe you went through, and that is why you have this sense of self that nothing lasts forever with this Death card here. But yeah, the Tower card is definitely one that suggests that people are talking about a very chaotic ending for you, something tragic that did happen to you, you know, that maybe shaped you to who you are today. So whether that, you know, that can stem from like an SA experience to like a divorce, being in like a DV experience, you know, relationship. So I feel like with the Tower, there is gossip surrounding some kind of trauma that you have been exposed to here as well. And that could be leading into another conversation about why you have a lot of destructive behavior as well. And then finally here with the Death card, I feel like we have sort of touched on this energy, but I definitely feel like people may see you as somebody who doesn't shy away from endings easily. Like you may leave a trail, and I always pick this up with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles moves so slowly, they can leave a trail of broken hearts behind them. So people could be gossiping about that with the Death card and the Knight of Pentacles here. People could also be talking about your spiritual transformation, yes, in the feminine energy, but they can also be talking about how you are looking to let go of something that is ending for some of you, and others of you, you're not letting go of something that needs to end because you're creating some kind of level of upheaval with the Tower card and the Death card here. So I'm curious to know what the F is going on in your life, because this gossip seems to be all like yin and yang, like one way and then another way. So maybe the people talking here, or the gossip energy coming through, as part people who are on your side and partially people who aren't on your side here. But yeah, the Death card definitely tells me that some of you are being spoken about, that you have an inability to move forward. Again, we see this with the Tower energy. Maybe you have a fear of beginning, so you create stagnancy in your current situations because you don't want change. You know, so yeah, it's very opposite energy here, and I really felt that with the yin yang. So I don't know, some of you could be healed and others of you aren't, and that is why some of you are coming from a place of healed, which is why that gossip is not as like, you know, confronting as the other gossip maybe. But that is where I'm going to leave it for you guys. I hope you found that message well. I will see you next time. Bye. Hey, powerful, lucky loves. Welcome to your reading. So we have reflection and inner work first. My past supports my present. So there's, you know, a real witchy vibe to this card. So let's pull some astro signs. So I'm seeing Victorian dresses here as well, but see how their dresses look like broomsticks. So I definitely feel like this is maybe my witchy pile, my witches, not my witches, but witches of the world. Show me astro signs for these guys and girls. Okay. So we have some Capricorns. We've got the Sun, so we have Leo here. We have Venus, so Libra and Taurus, and we have the 4th house, which is Cancerian energy. On the bottom of that deck, we do have Pisces energy as well. And Pluto is also showing itself, so that is Scorpio energy. All right, so initials and numbers. So we have an L and O, we have a 4, we have an 8, we have a D, we have another L, we have double Ds. We have an X, we have 2 Gs, a lot of doubles here. A lot of doubles. So another X, we have an A, we have a 2, another L. It's interesting. We have, that is a waning moon. We have a flying horse. We have another D. So we've got triple energy here. We have P. We have a 4. We have a boat steer. We have like the Walt Disney ferry. We have a Q. We have another 8. We have an O. We have an M or a W. And then we have a C. Very interesting. Very interesting. What does it mean? No. All right, so we're just going to pull some oracle cards and then we will jump into the tarot. What do people talk about when they talk about pile number 4? Your caring connections. So your romantic life. Walking away from caring connections. Okay. We have a man holding a queen. We have blossoming abundance. And then we have appreciation. We have the World card on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have numbers 14, 27, 43, 3, and 15 here. So what are people gossiping about? So obviously self-explanatory here with the caring connections. So some of you are in a caring connection and this is like, you know, topic. But we have walking away here with a man holding a coin. So part of me, I feel like some of you could be walking away from one caring connection to a man who has maybe more money or a woman who has more money. Or it could be the fact that people are gossiping about, you may have come from another pile here. But people could be talking about you walking away from one connection in order to, in the arms of somebody else. So see how we have triples here? So doubles came out and then triples. So part of me feels like there could be a third party situation going on here that people are talking about. They could also be talking about the fact that you're leaving a situation or a relationship because you're going to go to somebody else who's going to be able to offer you a more blossoming, abundant future, maybe show more appreciation to you as well. This gossip could also be around somebody you don't even know is gossiping about you. So this person here, there could be gossip around this person, or this person is gossiping that they want you to leave a connection that, you know, maybe you've been putting a lot of care and love and time and attention in. Maybe there's gossip about them wanting you to walk away from that so you can walk towards them. Okay, this guy or girl could be 43 here. But I definitely feel like there is somebody gossiping about a better life that they can offer you, a better relationship. So they've got money, they've got probably a really nice home here, and they've obviously got the emotional intelligence or maturity that they feel can match your energy. And that's sort of what I'm picking up here. So let's see if that same vibe keeps flowing on through the tarot, because it not always the case. So what are people gossiping about when they gossip about pile number 4? So the Hierophant, the Page of Cups. I feel like it's still the same energy of this person wanting to offer you something here. The Sun. I'm curious. Yeah, it definitely is. Who is this person? So the Queen of Swords, and then we have the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the overall theme here, right? You are fire. So I feel like if there isn't, I don't know if you're actually even going to know this person has his eyes or her eyes on you here. I feel like you have a specific person who wants your time and your attention. There's definitely somebody who has their eyes on you and they are gossiping about you at the moment, whether or not it is at work, because we do have the Hierophant card here. But I feel like with the Queen of Wands, when the overall theme of this gossip is like your level of beauty, okay, your sexuality, there is an energy about you. This is all very positive gossip, which makes me think the person gossiping about you is somebody who wants to offer you something very substantial, very stable and secure kind of relationship here. I feel like when this person is talking about you, they're talking about your energy, how they've never met anyone like you. Even with the Queen of Swords here, like, you are a very well-balanced individual. You're highly intelligent. You're also a no BS sort of person, and they love this about you. They love talking to you. They like how fast you move in life and maybe how witty you. I'm talking really fast. So this person is very excited about you. I feel like when they talk about you, they talk really fast, because this energy is very different to the other piles. But yeah, this Eight of Wands and Queen of Swords energy tells me this person really wants to move quickly towards you, I feel, but they like how witty you are and how your style of communication and I don't know, your due diligence to know what's right and what's wrong as well. Because the Hierophant talks about high level of morals and values. So there's definitely a conversation happening here about how traditional you are. Maybe you are traditional when it comes to marriage and relationships. I feel like even with the peacocks here, this is emphasizing your beauty. It could also be telling us that this person is talking about like how amazing it would be to be with somebody like you, because I don't feel like you're unique, right? It's very rare you see a peacock running around, right? So I feel like this person is gossiping about how rare of an opportunity it was to cross paths with you, to see you. I also feel like there's gossip surrounding your success here. Like you are self-made individual. You don't rely on anyone to have gotten where you are today. I feel like with the Page of Cups, there is this innocence about you. You could be really caring and loving with animals here. There's like this catch and release vibe as well. So this person could be talking about how they really admire the innocence that is upon you. You don't seem like a person who has you don't come across as a person who's been exposed to a lot of trauma, and if you have, you're hiding that really well. I feel like with the Sun card, this person's really gossiping about how you shine like the sun. You are the sun in this person's world. So this could be a person you're already in a caring connection with, and maybe you're just wondering, should you walk away from this person because maybe they're not really saying much. Maybe this person is not very good at expressing their emotions or telling people how they feel, right? But yeah, like I kind of feel like this is really positive. Out of all the piles, this is definitely the pile you'd want to choose in regards to gossip. What else am I sort of picking up here? Like the Page of Cups. You could be really you could be a bit of a dreamer, and that sort of comes with innocence and inner childlike behavior. And I kind of feel like this person's talking about your level of creativity. Okay, I feel like this person has had a fair time to be crushing on you. And I feel like the idea for them, they get very excited when they think about having a relationship with you. And it's funny, right? Because the Page of Cups talks about like a newfound appreciation for your relationship or for a person, and the fact that the appreciation came here. So this person is definitely very fixated on you, I feel. Who is it, powerful? Who is it? Yeah, it's just sort of kind of random. It's random because it's just so different to the other piles, I feel. I don't know, like I kind of feel like when this person sort of talks about what kind of person you are, you're a person who has probably a lot of freedom in your life and you've had a lot of success, which you saw that with the Hierophant, right? You could be a very positive person, and this is what people talk about when they talk about you. You could be very spiritual as well with the Queen of Wands, and we talked about that witchy energy. Queen of Wands, witches are normally represented by the Queen of Wands, but correct me if you like. She's definitely the more spiritual witchy one out of all the queens in the deck. I would even have to say there is gossip surrounding your unique style as well in regards to how you dress. This person could even be gossiping about because you're so optimistic and happy all the time, there's this level of confidence about you, which is also quite humble as well. And I feel like with the Queen of Swords here and the Sun, this person talks about how you're a very honest person. You're a person who only seeks the truth. So they naturally feel very comfortable around you, or the idea of having a caring connection with you is quite comfortable. So it's interesting. What do they want you to walk away from? Okay, so let me know down in the comments if you feel comfortable. But I feel like people gossip about the big success you've had from maybe new careers as well here with the Sun card, because in a career aspect of gossip, people would be talking about you're so optimistic about having career changes that you gain a lot of success from that. So yeah, I think this is quite nice read. It is. I'm glad we got a nice one. Not that the others weren't nice. It was just, yeah, probably a bit confusing what was going on there. But yeah, Eight of Wands definitely tells me that I don't know. Yeah, you're just sort of like this exciting energy, right? I feel like this person talks about you being a high vibrational energy with the Eight of Wands. Like you get excited very easily about things and they love that about you. And I feel like the gossip is like maybe if you are already involved with this person, they could be gossiping in the fact that you want to advance the relationship here with the Eight of Wands. Like maybe you want to move this relationship quickly and they're really happy with that because they know they can trust you in that sense. The Eight of Wands could be talking about any travel experiences you've shared with these people. So they could be gossiping in regards to your travel stories or sharing your travel stories as well. And maybe how easily or like how well you handle sudden changes in your life. It's like you seem to get very excited about sudden changes where some people don't handle change all that well. You are a person who handles change relatively well is maybe what they're trying to gossip here about. But yeah, to sort of wrap up your reading here, powerful, and again, thank you for making it a lot easier to connect to your energy here. But I just feel like when this person talks about you, they talk about how independent you are and how fair you are. And like if something is bothering you, you're very constructive in how you handle your emotions here with the Queen of Swords. You have a very unique perspective, I think, on life. And you know, because of that, you know, this person could be gossiping in the sense like because you're so like because your perspective is unique and that stems from you being so independent. I feel like this person sort of gossips in the fact that you may actually intimidate this person a little bit. They may even say your exterior, though you're very loving and loyal, you may intimidate people, okay, because you are so witty, you are a quick thinker, you're very objective too. You could be a little bit opinionated here, which this person could be saying like may have sometimes come across a bit harsh, bitter or cruel, but you're always speaking from the truth. So, you know, is it harsh and bitter or cruel if it is the truth? I don't know, you be the judge of that. The Queen of Swords can also talk about gossip in the workplace as well, specifically. So this person could be somebody that you work with. And again, I think this energy was coming up in another pile. So if you do feel called to pick another pile, you may actually obtain more info there. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I really hope you enjoyed that reading and I'll see you next time. Bye.